Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you here okay? In your neck of the woods? What up? What up? Manners and respect, man. I your girl, Debbie from Yard. Welcome you all to the Jamaican kitchen. Welcome once more. It is the Jamaican cooking journey. If you're very new right on over here, special welcome. Those of you who are there with me from the beginning of this journey and you're still here, manners and respect. Now, Dad, can you say good morning?
Good morning, families.
Okay, so we are doing this video in the early morning. Now today, as you have all seen by the title, we're going to be doing some mini and green plantain porridge. I like to mix my porridge. I'm a person that likes to mix stuff to make porridge. So I'm on a little porridge journey with you. As you can see, my last video was a porridge video. So we are going to be making today a mini corn and green plantain porridge. Now, this is going to be done different from the oats and green plantain. I have right here some pre-soaked mini corn, and this was just the same amount as this, and they say this, I think this is 12 ounces, or yes, 400 grams. So whatever 400 gram works out to, this is what it is. This is what I have in here. So I pre-soaked this for a pretty good amount of hours, and you could do this overnight too. So when you soak it for a few hours, it will become sort of softer than the regular one. You can even taste it. So now I've pre-soaked my corn, and I have over here, let me get my cinnamon leaf, them I St. Mary. If you're following on the Jamaican Debbie Deb's train, you will see where I went and got my fresh cinnamon leaf. So they were in there, and you know I always use the hot water to take the flavor out. So now the mini corn has got to be pre-soaked and properly cooked. To cook without pressuring, it takes a good amount of time. Depends on the corn. Maybe a 1.5 to 2, maybe a 2.5 hours. I'm telling you, some of them are really chewy. If you have got an instant pot, use your instant pot. It can be used in space of your analog pressure cooker. So I've got in here now some the cinnamon water. So what I'll be doing, I'll be putting this 400 grams of pre-soaked mini corn right down in there. Okay, I'm gonna cook it with my pressure, and if this is bothering your nerves, I'm sorry, I won't be doing it for long. I'm getting out all of my corn, and I'm gonna be putting a little stirring in there. Now, when this porridge is properly cooked, if you don't know how to prepare this porridge, you're gonna have in some sweet taste to just the liquid. It will come out more something like food. You're gonna have the liquid from the porridge, and you're gonna have the corn chewing. But remember that you have got to infuse the corn with some sugar and a little salt, because when it's finished and you're sweetening, the sugar can only absorb the liquid. The sweetener, the liquid can only absorb the sweetener. These grains will not absorb the sugar when they are cooked, or salt. So you're going to be putting some sugar to cook it with. So as it cooks, the grains will absorb the sugar. Okay? All right, if you have never done it before that way, try to do it this way, and then you will see the difference, okay? So we put a little sugar, and also we're going to be putting a little salt. Try to do to your liking. So I'm going to be putting about this in salt and sugar. Okay, that's it. So my flavored water, cinnamon flavored hot water, and my mini corn pre-soaked, my sugar and my salt, and I'm going to be covering it with a little more water. Look at what I have. Get my flame up to about medium. I won't be pressuring it on high, because I want it to sort of pressure on, not too high to let the liquid just go right out, dry out, and then the corn is not cooked. So I'm cooking it on the medium, and I'll be cooking it for about 15 to 20 minutes thereabout, because I know persons might want to ask depending on your pressure too. So this is what is going to happen right here. I'm putting on my cover and I'm going to let it cook. Remember, I'm using my pressure cooker. You could just cook it on your stove top, but you must monitor it, because as it starts cooking, it starts frothing. So you got to monitor it. It does that in the pressure cooker too, and you see the froth coming up to all these places. But I'm doing it on the medium, and I also monitor it. So if you're using your pressure pot and you see it's frothing up, all you just do is lower your flame. Now, I told you we're going to do this one a bit different. I'm going to be using some freshly squeezed coconut milk. So, in the next clip, when this is cooked and properly, I can get to open my pressure pot, I will return with this. As you saw, I did it in the last porridge video. I'm going to have my plantain all piece sliced, and I'm going to have it now ready with my coconut milk to put it in there. So, look here, must soon come. Okay, now family, this is our cooked mini corn. This is what it looks like. You see the amount that we got? Yeah. And it is soft. So you see that? You see that? I have mashed it. Yeah. So you want your corn properly cooked like that. So this is what is happening there. And let me tell you now, these are two powerful porridge material that we are putting together. A mini corn and green plantain. The two of them are two powerful, strong things. So now this is where I have my sliced green plantain, and remember to do it thin. The thinner you do it. So we're going to use right here some freshly squeezed coconut milk, or if you have to use your canned one, not a problem. So let us put a little more. And remember, I don't give measurements if you're new here. I want you to do according to the amount that you're doing. I told you, I definitely did tell you two things that you can work with. The amount of a mini to the amount of plantain. It is 1 medium green plantain with 400 grams of a mini corn. So if you want to double that up if your family is big, or you want to cut it in half if you're a single person, it's up to you. So definitely what we are going to be doing here. We're going to be whipping this out. I don't know what's going to blend there, but it's better than this one to me. So I'm going to chop first. Now we're back. I'm going to get my flame on because I added enough water. So I use just just reasonable amount of water. So the corn, as they cook, they would absorb the water. So you can see it's mostly corn in there. I have hot water here. Got my flame up. Hope you're paying attention. This is a different type of porridge. You have got to make this porridge different. So this is what we have inside there. This is all a mini corn, water, the sugar, and the salt to taste. You could too at this time taste your corn if it's flavored up with sugar and salt. But even though we did this, we still have to put a little more at the end when we are sweetening. Because what we put was just for the corn grains to absorb. That salt and sugar was just for the corn grains to absorb it. So hot water there. That is why we always have hot water, because you can see it starts bubbling right away. Now this is not hot and all of that. So what I want you to look at now, this is not thick. That is already thick. You don't want to blend your plantain right now. I want you to take a note of that. I don't want you to make your plantain thick. You just want to have it look like your milk, your almond milk or whatever. But you know it's coconut milk and blended green plantain. And the same, let us get our flame down. This is going to be a really powerful porridge. As you pour, you stir. Dad, are they seeing it? Yeah. Look at what is happening down in there with the coconut milk and this green plantain. Stir. Put yourself on a little higher than low, not too low. This is what is happening, and your blender should be clean. Your blender jug should be clean. Now I want you to look at what is happening. It starts getting thick, and you want to do some stirring now. Remember, the hominy is partially cooked, almost cooked. You're just going to be cooking the coconut milk right here and now. We have had some extra coconut milk. We have some left back. So you want to start stirring, get your flame up a little, because as it starts cooking, this plantain along with this hominy, they're going to come together and they're going to give this porridge a body, and you might want some more liquid. Hence we have this coconut milk right here. You could even pop your flame on and keep it on the warm, that when it's ready to go in there, it's not definitely cold. And Dad, come and look at this. Bring them up on this one. You're going to have to do some stirring, not too rigorous of a stirring. And this is with what is happening right there. This is so beautiful. You want to turn your flame down a little now. You've got to remember, you've got to put in some vanilla. Yeah, this is where you do it. Put in some vanilla, about a tablespoon and a half. And if it is the stronger vanilla, you know, you just use a small amount. Your nutmeg, this is where we have it. This is less than half of a teaspoon freshly grated nutmeg. And you want to get it in, let it get to cook. Now that the vanilla is in, cut your flame back up a little more. And you see, it's going to come with some body. You're going to use your coconut milk to get this thinned out. See, it's getting thick and all of that. That is green plantain and hominy corn. Going to give it a few more stirs, and when we return, you will see where we're at. Must soon come. Make sure you're watching this video. You want to make this porridge for your family, for your kids, for your husband, most of all for yourself. Must soon come. I am very much back, and I've added about half of the coconut milk that I have. It was getting thick, and I added that, and it's still there. And I'm come to stir a bit. It still is gonna need, as it cooks, remember the coconut milk, 10 to 12 minutes after you put the coconut milk and the plantain in, that coconut milk and that plantain mixture, 10 to 12 minutes. Look at me here. As you stir, the more you stir, the thicker it gets. So what we're gonna do at this point, and the coconut milk got warm, so it's even the better. Hope you're following the family. So we have got in the last of this coconut milk, and we're continuing to stir in. Don't stir too hard, just, you know, and make sure you're not sticking at the bottom. So you know you got to use a pot that the bottom is thick, not thin. So we have stirred in that amount, the last of our coconut milk, and we are there cooking. We have about another 6 to 7 minutes to go from I put in the first set. And this is what it looks like. Remember, we have got, if you're using almond, remember you still have some form of liquid to put. You don't want to get it too thin, and at the same time, you don't want to get it too thick. This porridge is supposed to come more like with a eating and drinking consistency. You don't want it too watery, you know, and you don't want it to unput by you. You see me I say? So you're going to be eating and drinking. So it must have a, you know, reasonable amount of body so you can drink and eat even when it gets cool. You see me I say? So look at me here now. So this is where we're at. This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Now, I'm going to be using today the whole flaxseed. Normally what I do with my flaxseed, as I told over the years, when my porridge finishes, so it just fall in a spoon and the warmth of it, just do it. People say flaxseed for cook. So guess what? I don't know, you do you. Why me I put in just this. This helps to thicken it and give it that nice gum and glue, like a cow foot or a cow skin sort of thing. You don't want to put in too much. This is a lot, and this is good. At my age, and if you're my age and too older, your porridge must have flaxseed in there. Put it right in. So that's a tablespoon, or a little shy of a tablespoon, because this is not a full original tablespoon. So what you want to do now, wow, you want to stir in your flaxseed and make sure you're a bit more on the low. You don't want to be too high, okay? Make sure you're not sticking around the sides here and at the center. And this is what your porridge will look like. And all of that, green plantain and a mini porridge. I'm gonna go get my evaporated milk now. So whatever milk you're using at this point, the coconut milk and the green plantain is like halfway here. It's time to add this last. If it is condensed milk, you don't need to add it. You know, that will be the sweetener. But this, you can add it now and let it do the rest of the job. My soon come. Okay, touching my flame up a bit. Yeah. This is my evaporated milk, and we're doing the same thing. Okay, and you want to stir it in gently. Make sure, as I said so many times before, you are not sticking. This is what it looks like. Yes, let us stir it and see what's happening. Wow, what a beauty, Dad. What a beauty. Yeah. So at this point, I'm gonna put the rest of my little salt. Okay, so this is my salt to bring it up to par, to taste. So look at me here now. Look at this consistency as it cooks for another 4 minutes. Look at this. You don't need any cornstarch. You don't need any flour in this. Okay? And if you were doing the hominy by itself, you would just let it cook some more, let it becomes more softer. So you would have that extra starch. Remember, the corn has starch and the green plantain. You don't need no cornstarch, no flour. Everything in here is just naturally pure. Yeah, so we are gonna be stirring around. Look at this. Look at the consistency of what you want. You have that liquid there to drink, and you have those corns nice and soft. Your flaxseed is there. Shoot them up one more time, Dad. Bring them up. This is how you want your porridge looking. We're gonna stir for another 5 minutes, coming along occasionally to stir, and when we return, we're going to be adding our little extra sweetener, which is sugar. If you want at this point and you have condensed milk, you could, but I don't have, so I'm going to be putting a little more sugar, and then I'm going to plate up some just for you. Must soon come. This is where we're at. Our porridge is almost there. At this point, you can use your spoon to taste for the sweetness, the level of the sweetness. Remember, we pressured it with the sugar in order for the corn grains to absorb the sugar flavor. Because when you don't do it like that, when it is cooked and you're sweetening, it's just a liquid that is going to have the sweet taste and the corn. So you have like a, not a balanced taste. The taste is like all over. So I did that off camera. So when you taste now, I'm going to get my flame right off right here and now. When you taste now, it gives you the ability to know how much sugar you're going to need. I did do that off camera. So I need about like a 1/4 cup of sugar. So I'm going to put it in right there. Okay? So I'm going to just dissolve my sugar right into this nice, rich. Look here, this is a whole meal. With this cold weather, all of them something there. Yo, you can just make this. Put it in your thermos, your carry cup. You can take it to your job and all of that. This will take you right through because it's corn in there and all of that. You want to make sure your sugar is properly dissolved. I did add my little extra salt and all of that, and this is what it looks like. Remember, as it cools down, it gets thicker. So you don't want it any thinner, you don't want it any thicker at this point. What I'm gonna do, next patient, same treatment. I'm gonna be pouring right here to my potty school, right here to my potty school. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pour it right down in this bowl for you. Let you see what is happening. This is how we are gonna present also this porridge. I want you to see what it looks like. Dad, position with the camera. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is green plantain and a mini corn porridge, and with your flaxseed in there, done in Debbie's kitchen. We want to stop there. Stop. Shake it off. Shake it off. You didn't have much of a mess and all of that. Is what I say? So please do enjoy. So all you gotta do, you got a little thing. You just got to clean right there and all of that. Now, shoot them up, Dad. Shoot them up on this porridge. Let me tell you, what more could you ask for? I have showed it to you in depth. Do what you want to do. If you don't want to go the route to do the coconut, fresh coconut milk, or if you don't have the time, okay, use your tinned coconut milk, use your tinned coconut cream, your powdered coconut. But remember, the coconut milk, it gives the porridge the world of a difference of flavor. If you have liked this video, remember to make sure that as soon as you watch it, you give it a thumbs up. Watch, then like it. Don't like it before. Watch, and then if it does deserve the like, remember to make sure you like it. When you're doing all of that though, make sure you're subscribed to the Jamaican cooking journey. All you got to do, just press the subscribe button. Then you will see a little bell come. Press it again. That is called the notification bell that tells you when I have uploaded another video. And don't forget to press the option at the side there that says all. So you're going to get all of the porridge video, all of the soup video, all of the cooking video, and all of the talking video. Remember our little merch, we have got it there. Remember that all the info that you want from us will be in the description of this and all our videos. Remember to be you, do you. Most of all, love you some green plantain and a mini corn porridge in your kitchen. I did it, I showed it to you. Let me tell you, you can do it